are finally finishing what we started a very long time ago. Way back when, at the start of lockdown, we started respraying the 940, this car. We started respraying it Nardo Grey. It's been a very long process. The sanding took ages. I ran out of paint. Then I couldn't be bothered to order some more. It's just been one of them. But we've finally got paint. I've got the paint to finish the rest of the car. We've not got many panels left to do. We've got the bonnet, the passenger side wing, passenger side door, and the roof. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, but they're the biggest panels. Obviously, the bonnet and the roof are really big panels. That's not going to take that long. What is going to take long is masking everything off again. I hate doing the prep work. I absolutely hate it. If you ever ask me to respray a car again, I will say no, just for the fact that I hate masking everything off. It takes so long. I am at work later. I start at 4 o'clock, so I've got till about 2 before I need to start thinking about getting ready for work. It is 10:15 now, so we've got a few hours. We're going to see how far we can get, but I have a feeling this prep is going to take a long time because there is still some sanding on the roof which needs to be finished because I did half a job of it because I'm a lazy bitch. My tools are under there and all of this shit's on top. 2 bumpers, 4 fucking wheels. Nice one, brother. And I'm bored, I hate it, but it's got to be done. To be fair, once the masking's done, it's literally just a case of sanding a few little patches down that I've missed, and then I can literally just paint it. So I don't know why I'm moaning, it's not going to take that long, but I'm going to moan anyway. I've just done this door and I was itching to start with the rattle can. So I started on this door and I've got the hang of it again. None of the car is lacquered, it's all just paint at the moment, because we're going to do the lacquer all as one. I'm spraying panels and then I'm thinking I don't like it, but it's because it's not been lacquered yet. Like once that lacquer goes on, it completely transforms the look of it and like changes the colour, because at the minute it literally just looks like it's been primered. Well, now I've done that door and I've got the hang of it again. I'm going to finish the sanding and then we're going to do all of the rest of the panels all in one go. Right, so I'm pretty much about there. Obviously this door's been done. Windscreen's masked off, so we need to do this bonnet, this wing. Now bumper we're not doing, and I don't care if I get paint on that because that's getting replaced. We've got 2 new bumpers in the back. I just need to make sure that the headlights are covered up. I can't be bothered taking them out. And then the grille, which I don't want to take out because it's taken me ages to get that straight because I broke the clip. Oopsies. Now, a lot of people have been asking me what the actual full process has been of me actually preparing the bodywork for the paint, like what work have I put into it, and whatnot, because I've not actually filmed, in regards to the paintwork, I've not actually filmed much of this at all. Obviously, I always said that I would wait until the final stages before I would film any of it. So, the original paintwork on this car was not in good condition at all. It was what I would describe as terrible. It looked decent. A lot of people have said to me, why are you doing that? Like, the paint looked fine. It looked fine in photos, that's as far as I'll say. It looked fine in photos, but in person it was not good at all. There was dints, there was scratches, it was mismatched, it was patchy, there was chunks where like it had been gone over with a touch-up pen, not very well, and it didn't look nice. From a distance, it looked fine. Up close, no. As pretty as that original colour was, which was like the metallic green colour, it needed to go. I started off basically sanding the car down. Each panel has been sanded down using 400 and 600 grit. Started off with 400, went up to 600, and that has been wet sanded all over. It was gone over once more with 1200 grit, which is obviously a lot finer, and that finishes the surface off, creates a nice smooth surface for the paint, for the new paint to sit on. On every panel I've not actually gone down to primer at all, or metal or anything like that. I basically just keyed into the existing paint, taken off that top layer of lacquer, keyed into the base coat, and then obviously we're applying a new base coat on top of that. Just need to create a new surface for that paint to stick to. Some people are going to probably cry about, but I don't give a fuck because it worked. Sand, 400 grit, 600 grit, 1200 grit, taken off that top layer of lacquer, paint, new lacquer. Easy as that, she says. It's only taken her 2 months. So here on the bonnet, you can see what I mean with taking off that lacquer. You can still see the green underneath, but obviously we've created a rough but smooth surface for the new paint to stick to. I'm not masking that bumper off, like I said, don't care if I get paint on it because it's going anyway. So these have got fan nozzles, which makes it spray very evenly, which I shall demonstrate. You can see how evenly that sprays, which makes it so much easier. Like on a big panels like this, I hate spraying with rattle cans that don't have fan nozzles because it is literally impossible to make it not streaky. This is how I've managed to get such an even coverage. The problem I had with the lacquer was that the cans didn't have a fan nozzle, and on smaller panels it was fine, you know, it wasn't that much of a big deal, but on the bigger panels it was literally just impossible to get it to spray evenly. For the lacquer we have got an actual spray gun and we've got tins of lacquer, so we're going to be doing that way. That's why I want to get all the panels on with the base coat, and then we're going to do the lacquer all in one go. Spraying this panel, really thin layers to start off with. I'm going to gradually build that up. It looks like that. We've not gone for any coverage to start off with, we've just created a nice thin layer. Wait for that to dry, it doesn't take very long at all, and then bang another layer on. But you can see straight away there's a lot more coverage on there. Still, I'm probably just going to put one more on. Panels have had 3 coats of the base coat. So yeah, leave that to dry, one more, and then that's done. I'm going to start spraying the bonnet. I'm going to leave it up because I don't want, because the bonnet is so big and I am so tiny. I don't want to be leaning over panels that have just been painted to paint it. The middle is going to be a bit of a struggle, but still it's not going to be as bad as if it was down. A lot of people have been asking me as well, how many cans is it taking you to do the car? So I have got 400ml cans. So far, well, to do everything on the car, bar that door, that panel, obviously the bonnet there and the roof, which is what we're doing today. So everything else that I'd already done, which was half of that side, the boot, and then all of this side, that I'd taken 4 cans. I've ordered them in boxes of 5. One of the cans in the last box didn't work, so but I've got another 5 there. They should be fine to do the rest of the car. I use the brand, the U-Pole cans are the ones that I would recommend the most because they're really good. They've got that fan nozzle which, you know, sprays really nicely. I used U-Pole cans to spray the Rebel Blue Mini Viv, and also to do my Rebel Blue roof box. Now, a lot of paint shops will actually stock these. I've got an Auto Supplies near me, and they stock these. They will literally mix it for you in the shop there and then, any colour you want. If if anybody is wanting to do this, the same thing as what I'm doing, I'd definitely go with this brand. That was extremely difficult. The bonnet didn't enjoy because it's such a big panel. It's just like getting an even coverage on it is difficult. With it up, it was easier to get to, but the rattle cans don't like being at a certain angle. With it down, the rattle cans were all right, but it's only when you get to if you get to anything below half the can, they just start playing up. We've managed to do it. It's just a case of doing the roof now, but obviously you can see my half-arse sanding here. That needs to be finished off. Considering how difficult that bonnet was, that's going to be even more difficult. Right, I think I'm going to leave this video here for now. Well, I say think, I am. Partly because it is, well, it's 1:10 now, so I need to start thinking about getting ready to go to work soon. I need to take Mr. Milo out on a walk. And I need some scran because I am starving. We've only got the roof left to do. Now, I feel like the roof is going to be a full day job because it is going to be a fucking nightmare. Not only is it going to be a nightmare to reach, but it's also going to be a nightmare to spray. I'm pretty happy with the progress so far. I'm happy with the way it's looking. I just can't wait for it all to be lacquered because that's where, that's going to be the game changer, basically. We'll catch up in probably a couple of days' time. Probably at the weekend because I'm busy tomorrow. But see you then. Well, let's just say we've had a slight change of plan. And by slight change of plan, I mean quite a catastrophic change of plan. As some of you may have seen, if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen that I put a post on saying that I hated the colour. I hated the colour of the 940 and I wasn't happy in how it was looking. I know, after all this time, after literally doing 90% of the car, I don't like it, man. I don't like it. Just had a parcel arrive. It's a very exciting parcel. I feel like I need to explain why I have decided to change my mind so drastically. But the 940 is there. She's just in front of me, so that's why I'm looking straight ahead. I originally loved the colour of that car, the dark metallic green. It was beautiful, but it was just in such bad condition that it looked disgusting, so I needed to do something with it. And one of the first colours that came into my head was well, I'm not going to say just yet, but it was the colour that we're going to go now. Now, the reason that I didn't go with this colour was because I pussied out of wrapping, basically. I thought it would be too difficult, and I thought that I would waste too much money on vinyl when I fuck things up. My second colour that I considered was Nardo Grey. And the reason why I wanted Nardo Grey was because it was something quite simple and it was cheap. Like buying the rattle cans for the colour of the Nardo, like you could literally do it straight offline and it was cheap. And I also wanted this car, so the C30 and the 940, to look like almost uniformed when they were next to each other. So my plan was to have Nardo Grey and then have Rebel Blue accents. At the time I was like, oh my god, yeah, like that's gonna look sick, like I want to do that, I want to do that. When I sprayed the first panel, I was like, oh, I don't know if I like that. I thought, I'm gonna lacquer it. So we lacquered that panel, and to be fair, once it was lacquered, it did actually look nice. It completely changed the colour, because when that colour's not lacquered, it just looks like primer, whereas when it was lacquered, it did have that Nardo effect to it, like the typical Nardo look. For a while, the car has literally just been this really flat grey primer, basically. That's what it looks like. And I've gradually just got to the point where I'm like, I hate it, and I don't like it, and I don't want it. So if I did finish it and lacquered it, it might look decent, but I don't want it to look decent. I want it to look sick, and I feel like that Nardo is just not going to do that. We're going to wrap the car instead of painting it, which I'm absolutely shitting myself about, because I originally pussied out of wrapping because I thought it would be too difficult. But I'm not going to be a pussy anymore. I'm not going to be a little pussy ass bitch, and we're going to do it. We're going to wrap it. How hard can it be? It's basically a giant fucking cuboid. It can't be that hard. The colour is, again, the colour that I originally wanted. I always thought, literally, the very first day that I got it, I thought, oh, that colour would look amazing on this car. I was doing some Googling the other night, and I came across this colour, and I was like, oh my god, you are perfect. The good thing is that obviously, because we've already done all the sanding and filling, it's basically just going to be a case of slapping the vinyl straight on. We've already got like a good surface for that vinyl to sit to. We've done all the correction in the bodywork, so it's just wrapping it now. It arrived earlier and I opened the box and I was like, oh. I'm looking forward to seeing what everyone thinks of this colour, because I am in love with it. Okay, so there she is, rocking them odd wheels, lovely. And we need to really like spice up Vera's look. This colour will most definitely do that. Ooh. Oh, the tension is high. The colour is just there. I hope you will like it as much as I do, because I am absolutely obsessed with it. There we go. So as you can see, it is a super deep, like metallic-y black purple colour. Now this is actually is it KPMF vinyl, and it is called Black Purple Iridescent. So it's a glossy finish. I kind of want to say like a flip colour. It's not like as, you know, as intense as a flip colour, but in some lights you really get that. In the direct light you really get that purple, whereas when it's not in that light it almost looks black. I wanted something super subtle. So I wanted it to be something pretty and like cool, but I also didn't want it to be in your face, because realistically the car's not going to suit a colour that would be in your face. It needed to be subtle and a little bit low-key. But yeah, you can see with the flash on, it's like super metallic when it hits the light. It's so pretty, and I can't wait for that to be on the car. I think it's going to completely change the look. Oh my god. So I've just unrolled it and put it on the, just roll it out flat on the bonnet. and it's so nice. Such a nice colour. Like, you can see what I mean when it's not in the direct sun. It's got like a black tint to it, whereas when it hits the sun, you really get that purple, and you can really see the metallic flake in it there. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. But yes, that is the colour. I hope you guys like it as much as I do. Oh my god, because I am so excited to get this on. Probably going to start wrapping tomorrow because I need to get a squeegee and stuff, and I need to find somewhere that sells them. I could have made everybody wait to see what the colour was and done the whole typical wrap reveal, but I won't be doing it all in one go, so I'm going to be doing the whole car in chunks, just because wrap is fucking expensive. So we're going to be doing it in chunks bit by bit, and obviously I'm going to be going to events and stuff like that with the car in the meantime, so at some point everyone's going to see it. So obviously I'd rather just let everybody know now, and I'm intrigued to see what everyone thinks of the new colour choice. A lot of people agreed with me that we should change the colour, and a lot of people did say a dark purple would look great, so I've got a hit in my mouth. Hopefully you all think I've made the right choice this time. I am kind of gutted because I did want to be able to say, oh yeah, my car's been rattle canned, but fuck rattle canning, it's a pain in the arse, don't do it. Tomorrow we're going to start wrapping. I've drafted in the help of a few others, so hopefully we might get some panels done tomorrow, and then I'll put a post up on Instagram and stuff so you can see what it's looking like. And yeah, here we go again.